Hey guys, so today I had the 90s tag. I was born in 1990, so I was definitely a 90s kid. So yeah, I will just go ahead and jump right into the questions. I saw a couple of people do this. I just thought it was really fun, so I decided to do it as well. Make sure to also do it if you are a 90s kid. Okay, number one is your favorite Disney film. Definitely Peter Pan, hands down, my favorite of all time Disney movie. I love all Disney movies, but Peter Pan has always been my favorite Disney movie. I don't know why, I just absolutely love it. I also love, one of my other favorites is 101 Dalmatians, Lion King, Aladdin. I love them all. I guess I shouldn't name, because I wouldn't seriously sit here and name them all. I definitely grew up on Disney movies, and I just love them all. I think I mentioned this before. I'm actually going to Disney in like 2 weeks, so I'm so excited. I'm just a big kid, and I just seriously love Disney. Okay, number two is favorite music artist. I was definitely a Backstreet Boy lover, or no, I was actually more NSYNC. I'm getting them confused. I was definitely more into NSYNC than I was Backstreet Boys. I'm trying to like remember big songs that were popular. Do you remember the what's her name? Macy Gray? Is that it? I can't think of what it's called. I like can kind of see it in my head, but like I can't. What's that song called? I don't know. I should have like wrote it down before. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, my best friend and I, she's my next door neighbor. We used to dance around to the love song, oh gosh. You know what? I'm going to have to put like the actual songs I'm talking about in the description, because I can't think of what they are off the top of my head. But we used to legitimately dance around her mom's bedroom to this song. It's the Romeo, I think it was like in a Romeo and Juliet movie. It is, what's it called? I don't know. I am being terrible with this tag already. But we used to do the weirdest things. Like, I could seriously make an entire video about the weird things we did as children. Don't get me wrong, we had fun doing them, but we were weird kids. We had fun, and we ran around our neighborhood and did weird things, but we seriously had the best time. I seriously had the best childhood. Okay, moving on to the next question. Favorite candy? Definitely anything like sugary. I'm not really a chocolate person. I mean, I like it. It's not that I don't like chocolate, but like if I had to pick something, I would definitely reach for something like sugary and sweet than like chocolate. Cotton candy. Who doesn't love cotton candy? I could, like, when I was little, I could eat it and eat it and eat it. It was just my favorite. I also really liked, Skittles. We had this, like, candy store that, my neighbor, the one I was telling you about, we did literally everything together. We would go to the store, and it just had really, really cheap candy, so we would go and, like, stock up. We would go and like spend all this money that apparently our parents gave us, I don't know, and just buy all this candy and then get sick eating it all. I do remember we used to get those like big Laffy Taffies, and she got one. It was like, I don't think it was watermelon. I think it was like blueberry something, and it had like seeds in it too. I know it wasn't the watermelon one. And she like threw up from it or something. But yeah, we just ate everything. It's kind of gross. But yeah, we always had those big Laffy Taffies. Airheads were really good. But I was mostly like, I loved cotton candy, so anything sweet and sugary, I was all for. Okay, the next question is favorite game, board game or school game. That shopping mall one, or the, like, wasn't there a date game too, like I don't know, but I remember, like, the mall one where you went around and got to like do stuff at different stores. I played that. I definitely like, I guess I mean, I don't remember as many board games, but I do remember like Red Rover, and we definitely played that. What else did we play? I don't know, like, I can kind of like vaguely remember these things, but it's like hard to actually like remember what they're called. We definitely played Red Rover a lot, although you weren't really, I think like it got banned, like, because you know how, I don't know if you've ever played it, but you have to like run through and like try to break through the arms or whatever, and so people like would get hurt, I guess, I don't know. But yeah, so we played that. Speaking of, another movie from my childhood, this is just, I'm just like going off subject here, but Now and Then, if you have not seen that movie, you need to just like get your girlfriends together and just watch it, because it is such a good movie. And it's just like that classic like kid growing up movie. Like, it's just so good. I love it. But yeah, like they play that game in the movie too, but it's just awesome. Anyways, okay. Okay, favorite McDonald's Happy Meal toy. Definitely the Beanie Babies. Those are the only ones I really remember being like excited about. Like when I was younger, the Beanie Babies were like huge, and huge to the point of like people would pay lots of money to like collect them. I didn't do that, but I was into them, and I definitely was like, that was the only thing that I actually can remember being excited like about for the actual toys. Favorite book. I didn't really get into Harry Potter until I was older, but I was into this, and I don't know if this was the Sweet Valley High books. I don't know if you've heard of those. I read those. I didn't, like, it's really funny because I really didn't get into reading until I was older, and now I'm like, I love reading. Like, I could read all day, every day. Well, maybe not, but I just read all the time, and I used to be a really, really slow reader. Now I read the 7th Harry Potter book in a day. Yeah, I feel like now I read pretty quickly, especially if it's a good book and I'm into it. I will just not be able to put it down. But I didn't read that much when I was younger, but I do remember liking the Sweet Valley High books. And there was another series I liked, but I can't remember. Oh, they were called like, they were like diary books, but they were like history diary books, so they weren't like real, but they were kind of like based around like real events in history, and this was in like 5th grade, I think, and we all like got into them. If I can figure out the name, I'll put it below. But yeah, I don't know, we all got into them. Okay, the next one, favorite clothing store, Limited Too. Hands down, like that was like the cool place to shop, so I wanted everything from there. I don't know if that store's still around. It was like the young version of the Limited, I think. And yeah, it was basically like today's like Justice, basically like the same thing. But yeah, so that was where I liked to get all of my clothes from. Favorite NickJnr show. I liked Franklin, Little Bear. What else did I watch? What else? I feel like I didn't watch that much NickJnr. I mean, I did, but like not as much that I remember. Like the shows I remember being really big were like the actual like Nickelodeon shows. So I really liked, and this kind of goes with the next question, which was what did you watch when you got home from school? So I'll kind of pair these together. Hey Arnold, Rocket Power, The Wild Thornberrys. What else was big? I also kind of remember like the Nick at Night shows, which were like The Secret Life of Alex Mack. What else? Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I never got like super into that, but I would watch it. What else? What else was really big? Oh, Boy Meets World was the best. I seriously love that show. The Wonder Years. What else? The Wonder Years is seriously awesome. What else was really good? I don't know. I loved all the shows, but I definitely remember those ones. Like, those are the ones that really stay. Oh, Rugrats was awesome. I loved that show. But yeah, I think that was mostly it. Also, that was about the time that MTV was really big too. Like, so I definitely watched a lot of MTV. We would just like watch music videos, I guess, which definitely, I don't know, maybe because I don't think they still even, I feel like music videos are kind of like, you know, not as big of a deal anymore because nobody really watches, like, I don't even know if they have TRL anymore. I don't know. I don't really watch MTV, so I don't know. But that was like huge in the 90s. But yeah, that is all the questions. I seriously could reminisce about my childhood for like hours because it's just like funny to think back on like all the things you did when you were younger and you're like, oh my gosh, did I really do that? Or like the things I wore, oh my gosh, like there was a phase where like when we got into makeup, I guess, which I wish I had someone to show me, like we got those like Maybelline single eyeshadows, and for some reason like silver was like super popular, so we would just like streak silver eyeshadow, you know, across our eyelids, and I'm like, now I look back at that and I'm like, oh, ew, you know, like we did very strange things. Yeah, so I was like, nobody showed me what to do. I just, like, that was what was popular. So we just all like streaked silver. I feel like you know how you go through like an awkward stage? I feel like my awkward stage lasted really long. Like it was all through middle school, kind of in high school, and then I kind of like grew out of it. I mean, probably my freshman year I kind of grew out of it. Or like there was this Wet n Wild or NYC maybe, like stuff that was like really iridescent and white, and we would all like put it right in the middle and it would be like pff, like seriously like way too bright. I do remember that too. But it's just really funny to like think back on some of these things and you're like, oh my gosh, oh, like we probably all looked hilarious. I was actually a really big tomboy when I was really young, and then, which is kind of funny because I'm kind of, I guess, girly now. I mean, I'm really into makeup and all these things, so I guess you would consider me to be pretty girly, but I was not like that when I was younger, especially like in the 90s. I have two older brothers, so I was very boyish, and I played lots of sports and was pretty athletic, so yeah, I was definitely just not into anything girly until I got a little bit older, and I was a little more into it, but not anything like I am now. But okay, make sure you do this tag because I think it's just fun, and I really want to I just want to hear everybody's stories, I guess. But yeah, make sure to or just leave me a comment answering the questions, and yeah, we'll see you guys in my next video. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.